During this video, I used the word density. I meant to say volume. So change the word density to volume, because neither of them is polarity or charge. Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Now, with a lot of problems that are going on with the planet, it's all to do with our sun. Now, there are some people out there who like to give out disinformation because they have wild, crazy stories to tell, and they like to grift people into believing that they know what they're talking about. So this is one such video talking about ISWA, which basically measures the solar wind from the sun and the density of the solar wind. So now we're going to listen to a man give out complete disinformation about what's happening. Here's a quick premise. He says there's a blue star behind us, a ultraviolet star is behind the planet, and so all the arrows on this ISWA are because it's pushing energy towards Earth, and it's the reason that the climate's crazy and all this other nonsense that they talk about. So we're going to quickly go through the video. I'll have to stop it every now and again, otherwise he will immediately just try and copyright it so he can get it taken off the air, because his disinformation is so ridiculous and easily provable, mainly by the fact that he doesn't understand what this chart is even about. So I'll let him say what he thinks is all cool and knowledgeable, and then we're going to stop at the part where he totally says incorrectly what this chart is for. Let's have a listen.
When we started seeing a little bit of tickles and watching this solar wind up in here, I was like, you know, one of these days we're gonna see straight line at us.
So he thinks those straight line arrows are because of some star behind us, an invisible star, of course. Well, of course, you know it would be invisible. The problem is the solar wind is showing the direction of the flow. So if you put a tennis ball under a tap, it collects at the bottom and creates a backflow. This is known fluid dynamics. And being a civil engineer alumni from college, I understand flow dynamics. So he thinks that's from another sun, even though the density of the blue shows that it's not anything. Density is measured on this ISWA, the density of particles. The redder and yellower the particles, the more density it is. The blue means less density of the solar wind.
Means raw.
Oh, apparently the star behind us is Ra, I think. I'm not quite sure.
The blue spectrum ultraviolet sun.
Yeah, so he thinks Ra, the blue spectrum ultraviolet sun, is behind and causing those arrows.
It's going to be pointing right at us. You know, right behind us.
The fact that nobody else in the world has seen it should tell you pretty much that this is disinformation. But it gets better.
All the way back with a different charge, polarity.
So he just said a different charge, polarity. So he thinks the colors are to do with charge, and they're not. So listen as he then says that log n is polarity.
Do you see the chart? There's our sun. There's the completely opposite polarity sun.
So there you go. There's our sun, and there's the completely opposite polarity sun. Laughable, really. Yeah, that chart, the log n centimeters cubed, is a density chart. It has nothing to do with polarity. It's density. So the redder it is, the more dense the solar wind is. The bluer it is, the less solar wind is there. So this man thinks it's polarity. which is just, you've only got to go and look up and ask what that log is, because I did it years ago when you first said it, but I didn't want to say it at the time. So yeah, disinformation, that log is centimeters cubed, which means it's density. It's nothing to do with polarity, or it would say north for red and blue for south, or, because of the orientation of the picture, red for east and blue for west. But it's not polarity. So this man has just proven that he's either a liar or very low IQ. So there we go. The nonsense coming out of his mouth is nonsense. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ. And I like to tell you real things. That's a density chart.